Ladies and gentlemen, can we perhaps agree that Reece James is probably the best Cobham graduate that we've had? I'd probably have to agree with this. It's all about Reece James, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about Reece James.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea 4, Burnley 0. Away from home, Chelsea. Game of two halves, ladies and gentlemen. Not the greatest first half. In fact, a very poor, slow, sluggish, boring first half, but a very, very electric second half. I don't know what conversation Thomas Tuchel had, but we looked a lot more direct in the second half. And one man in particular, Reece James, is where we're going to start the conversation. For me, single-handedly changing the game. And this is the impact, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm looking for from Chelsea players that can dictate a game, that can take over a game single-handedly, be the difference maker. And that's exactly what Reece James did. You know, I talk about at times Hakim Ziyech being the X factor. Reece James undoubtedly has what it needs to be devastating on that right side. And I love the fact that he was entering the box, penetrating the Burnley defense, being direct, taking the man on, cutting in, cutting out, snapshot. His shooting technique is probably the best in our team. I'd say his shooting is probably the best, better than some of our attackers. I would even say better than the 100 million Lukaku. I know he's a striker, he's got good shooting ability, but for me, Reece James's technique of shooting from such an acute angle on a regular basis. I mean, he's scored goals the way he did today against Burnley many times. That acute angle across the face, sensational. Then he follows it up with another assist, literally putting the ball on the plate for Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz should have absolutely slapped that ball in, but still he managed to fumble that ball in. And for me, Reece James is where it all started. He's the one who started the rot for Burnley. He's the one who instigated, you know, the tempo, the change in the second half. For me, honestly, I look back and I think, had Reece James not been injured this season, we would not be where we are. And along with Ben Chilwell, both Ben Chilwell and Reece James, they attack the box. The wing play, had these two been fit, I think Thomas Tuchel would have been buzzing. We would have been so much closer to Liverpool and Man City, and definitely would have been challenging for Premier League honours. Whether we'd win it or not, that's a different story. But we would have given those two a very, very difficult, scenario as opposed to what it is now. So good to see Reece James back. I think that's his 11th goal contribution in the Premier League. 5 goals, 6 assists, something like that. That's incredible, man. And apparently he's only one behind Trent Alexander in terms of goal contribution. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that's playing 7 games less than Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's incredible. I know Trent Alexander-Arnold got himself an assist today. I don't know what the score is at the moment. Let's just have a quick look if he's done any more damage. Trent Alexander-Arnold, still 1-0. As I'm recording this, he got himself that assist. So, look, he's probably maybe 2 goal contribution behind Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's played a lot more minutes. Reece James, for me, is far more balanced in attack. I don't think he's too many steps behind Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's a playmaker. He's a devastating playmaker. But Reece James is not that far away. But where Reece James sort of, I feel, takes over Trent Alexander-Arnold is in defense. Reece James in defense is phenomenal. For me, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James was the man of the match against Burnley. Next player that I really want to talk about is Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz, ladies and gentlemen, Lukaku days are numbered. Kai Havertz is not just producing good performances, but he's adding goals. This particular match, Yes, the first half, no one was good, including Kai Havertz. But the way he, took those opportunities for his goal, brilliant cross from Pulisic. And I'm coming to Pulisic, to all the Pulisic fans, calm down. We're going to talk about Pulisic as well. Got some good things to say about him. Brilliant cross from Pulisic with his left, and Kai just drifts in the back post, header, free header, and that's his movement, that's his quality that Kai Havertz has. And then also for the cross for Reece James, does excellent Reece James to get to the byline, whipping first time cross, and Kai Havertz there to tap that in. Should have been a little bit more cleaner, but it is what it is. Kai gets himself 2 goals. And I can't see Lukaku coming back into the team, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay because it's working at the moment. It is working. The team seems like they work far better with the personnel that they have up front. And let's continue on. Christian Pulisic, ladies and gentlemen. Fine performance. Look, first half, like every other attacker, not good. Christian Pulisic, I expected him in the first half to take on his man, dribble, penetrate them, cut in, whip in a shot, but he wasn't able to do that. Second half, I found that he was more central. It looked like he was playing just behind Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz was up front, and then he was just behind him, and he was getting a lot more purchase from being in that central location. There are certain games where that doesn't work. This game, it did work, and he was penetrating the defense. He was being direct. The thing I don't like about Pulisic is he gets into great positions by dribbling and bursting through the midfield. And it's that final third at times where he needs to deliver that pass and he doesn't deliver that pass. Sometimes he holds onto the ball and it eventuates to nothing. I'm glad when he was in the wings on the right side, he came in on his left and whipped in that left foot cross. Fantastic cross. I'm glad he did that. And also for the second goal, this is the thing I like about Pulisic. When he's inside the box, he's very opportunistic. Very, very opportunistic. He looks out for those chances where he can get that goal. Saul whips in across, ricochets off a couple of defenders, and Pulisic makes himself. He ensures that he's onside, and as soon as the ricochet comes in from the defender, he's there to tap in. Some of the other performances, ladies and gentlemen, I must say, Mason Mount wasn't good. I've seen some information, a few people talk about it in social media that he was all right, or he was a tactical change in the middle. He came in midfield, which opened up the look. It was not good. It wasn't much in the game, to be honest. I don't recall him being in the game too much. I don't recall him being very physical. I don't recall him, providing excellent passes. I don't think he had any impact. And I'm pretty sure as soon as Ziyech is fit, I think we're going to see him back. Even at this stage, probably Ruben Loftus-Cheek offers a lot more than what Mason Mount can offer. And Mason needs to really look at his game. In the back, Rudiger, very good game, another solid game. Looked like the playmaker for us in the first half. Thiago Silva, excellent, the standout defender. I mean, this guy is amazing at the moment. His age, he should not be able to do that, ladies and gentlemen, the way he's doing it. Phenomenal performance again. Chalobah up and down. There were some good moments, some really iffy moments as well. Mendy didn't have to do much. Saul, ladies and gentlemen, is not a left wing back. Let's face it. He's more comfortable in the central locations, or maybe drifting in from the left inside forward into central locations as a wing back. Does not have that pace. Didn't really have that quality as well at times, crossing it in from that side. N'Golo Kante, ladies and gentlemen, for me, he wasn't that good either. I don't like him in a low block. I'd rather Kovacic, and when Kovacic came in, looked a little bit more different. I'd rather Kovacic, rather Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho was okay, nothing special. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, first half, we were so pedestrian, so boring. Burnley was probably having the better half. In fact, they did have the better half. They had better chance as well. One really good chance off the back of Mendy doing a bit of madness. But I was really frustrated with that first half. It didn't look like that. We had the desire to do, to take this game by the scruff of his neck. But second half, whatever Tuchel said, whatever tactical change, I saw a little bit of tactical change with Pulisic. I thought he was a little bit more central and it worked. And of course, Reece James attacking that right flank brilliantly. Look, 3 points, ladies and gentlemen. The weekend is so much better with the 3 points. And clean sheet, can't complain. Valuable 3 points with still a game in hand on Liverpool, I believe, and also Man City. Maybe not Liverpool. Let me have a quick look at this. We do have a game in hand. Perhaps we can see the score as well as to what's going on in the Liverpool game. Still 1-0, ladies and gentlemen. We're on 53 points, 26 games. So we've got a game in hand on Man United. Obviously, Man United's going to play tomorrow. So we'll end up having 2 games in hand. And we've got a game in hand with Liverpool. So, look, if we can keep picking up these wins, I think our next game is against Norwich. Keep picking up these wins, get on a momentum, and let's not just cement the 3rd position. Let's see what we can do to make a big gap between 3rd and 4th and see if we can come as close as possible to 2nd. After the week that we've had with such crazy news, after the disappointment of the Carabao Cup final as well, Club Roman putting it up for sale, this was a good victory. As I said, man of the match for me, Reece James, ladies and gentlemen. What a devastating player. I hope we can keep him fit, and he's going to be one of the difference makers in the upcoming matches that we've got. Hope you've enjoyed this review, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you felt about each of the players that I've talked about, or any other topics that you want to raise. Some fantastic goals that we've scored. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.